What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with some breaking Cleveland Guardians free agency news for you guys. As the Guardians have signed another freaking pitcher. So, what this tells me is the Guardians are making sure that they have as much pitching depth as possible. Because, as you know, you can never have too many pitchers in this day and age. Because injuries happen all the time. And we've seen it with the Guardians where their pitching staff gets absolutely ravaged by injuries, and you're left with a bona fide AAA rotation with a team trying to make a push for a World Series, right? And believe it or not, the Guardians are actually trying to make a push for a World Series. They're coming off an ALCS appearance, for Pete's sake. Now, of course, so far this offseason, they haven't really made it seem like they're coming off an ALCS appearance. They're acting like a team that's kind of in a pseudo rebuild. Now, to be fair, they did get rid of, Andres Jimenez's bad contract. Yeah, very bad contract for how he was playing. And Josh Naylor, who has 1 year left on his contract, meaning this year. So yeah, after this year, he's a free agent. So they're like, we're not going to pay you. We're just going to trade you and get something in return. That's how you do it, Now, funny enough, Chris Cotillo, who covers the Red Sox, actually broke the news of the Guardians being in discussions with John Means yesterday, as he tweeted this out, and I quote, "Free agent pitcher John Means in advanced talks with the Guardians," sources say. So as you'd expect, Guardians fans saw this, and they started talking a little bit. They're like, "Oh, John Means? Wait, isn't he coming off Tommy John surgery?" Yep. So essentially, the Guardians are trying to have another Matthew Boyd situation, right? You sign a guy coming off Tommy John, and you essentially, take a flyer on him and see if you can essentially have him back to what he was pre-injury. And we saw how good Matthew Boyd was last year, especially in the playoffs. That dude went toe-to-toe with a Cy Young winner in the playoffs. Twice! Like, damn! He was out here looking like a bona fide ace! And I swear to God, if they do that with John Means, I'm telling you, if you're a free agent pitcher coming off Tommy John, you're going to see what Matthew Boyd did last season. And then, of course, Shane Bieber, too. Don't forget about him. But then you're going to see Shane Bieber and John Means go out there. And if they both shove this year, the Guardians are going to be the place to go for pitchers coming off Tommy John to rebuild their rep in the league. Crazy, right? Look how much money Matthew Boyd got from the Cubs, too. You get low-key paid. Not bad for a pitcher coming off a major injury, right? So fast forward to today, and Zach Meisel broke the news of John Means signing with the Guardians. Now, he gave us the term, not money, of the contract, as he tweeted out, and I quote, "Source, the Guardians are in agreement with starting pitcher John Means on a contract for 2025 that includes a club option for 2026, pending a physical. He's expected to report to camp tomorrow. He's recovering from Tommy John surgery," like I previously mentioned. So, okay. And then in terms of how much, Kylie McDaniel broke the news of the money side of the contract. Shout out to Kylie, as always. He actually broke the Jacob Junis signing, too. So look at that. Another one. Cool. But Kylie tweeted this out, and I quote, "John Means and the Guardians have agreed to a 1-year deal for $1 million guaranteed per source. There's also a club option worth up to $7.5 million with no buyout. Means is recovering from Tommy John surgery, set to return to MLB in August. At Castro Vince and at Chris Cotillo, we're on it." So there you have it. We essentially got a $1 million lottery ticket with John Means. And if he goes out there and he shoves, well, then you got a club option. You can bring him back for 2026 and see what he can do with a full spring training and a full season under his belt. And hopefully he can look like what he did pre-injury with Baltimore. Because let me tell you something, he was damn good before he got the Tommy John virus. That's for sure. Yeah. So, see if this goes. I mean, it's good depth. And speaking of depth, yeah, I'd say the Guardians got a ton of pitching depth. Shout out to Guardians Perspective for essentially giving us the rundown of just how many pitchers the Guardians have available for this year in their system. So on the 40 man, you have, of course, Logan Allen, Tanner Bybee, Shane Bieber, rehabbing, Joey Cantillo, Slade Ciccone, who honestly I like a lot, Jacob Junis, who they recently signed, Ben Lively, who was a workhorse last year, and then it's like he just ran out of gas. He was phenomenal to start. And then you could tell he hadn't pitched that long in a season in a while because he started to struggle mightily. And then, of course, you have Tristan McKenzie, who's trying to bounce back from an elbow injury. Hopefully he has his location issues down. John Means, Doug Nikhazy, Luis Ortiz, and Gavin Williams. Safe to say that's a pretty deep 40-man in terms of pitchers. Then you have your non-roster invitees, lefties, Colby Allard and Will Dion, the guy who always had the Clayton Kershaw windup. He doesn't have the same exact windup anymore, though. No, unfortunately, which would have been funny, but no. Zach Kent, Vince Velasquez, and Ryan Webb, another lefty. And then you have your prospects that could debut this season. Righties, Aaron Davenport, Tommy Mace, and Austin Peterson, and lefty Parker Messick. So they have a ton of pitching depth in the system. They are prepared for the seemingly inevitable rash of pitching injuries that always hit this team every year. So yeah, that's what it looks like right now, and we'll see what John Means can do. But it sounds like he'll be back in August, just in time for the playoff push, hopefully. And then, yeah, when you really think about it, it's possible that our rotation come like September could easily be Bieber, Bybee, freaking Means, Ortiz, and Gavin, or Tristan, or even Junis, right? But we'll see what they do. There's a lot of options. The cupboard is full. Now, I would still like to see the Guardians go out and maybe sign a bat or something just to add more depth. But I don't know what they're going to do. If they do anything else, I'll definitely let you guys know, though. But with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that bell. And I'll be back on Thursday for Cavs and Nets. Of course, the Cavs got to sign one more player to be roster compliant for the second half of the season. So we'll see what they do there. They could either convert a two-way or sign a free agent. We'll see what they do. So with that being said, if they do anything, I'll definitely let you guys know. But with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go, Guards. Welcome to Cleveland, John Means. Hope to see you soon. And with that being said, go Guards. I'm Crazy Dog, and I'm out. Bye-bye.